and left that very large split.
And there you can see Tim Criss up by 24. And if it were not for that open by Tim, this might have been almost out of reach, Marshall.
Well, he certainly put Brian back into the game. And, boy, you know, he's got to be kicking himself right now. He still has a 24-pin lead. But Brian Voss is very much in the match. Needs to make the adjustment. Remember, this is the lane he left the big split on, Gary. Well, watch the projection as he gets the ball farther out onto the lane, delays the roll, comes back into the pocket, takes care of business that shot. That's what I wanted.
Here's Tim Criss, 8th frame.
And so often happens in professional bowling. You come in light on one lane and you come in high on the next. He makes the adjustment on the opposite lane, as we can see his ball going right through the heart, leaving just the 3 and the 6 pins.
Gets the 10 a kick out, but still with 3 and 6 up for the spare conversion for Tim Criss in the 8th. So we'll move to the 9th now. Tim Criss up by 24. Tim Criss, though, working on a spare, and Brian Voss working on a strike.
And if Tim Criss were to go strike, spare, strike, in the next couple of frames, he would shoot 232. Right now, Brian Voss, if he strikes the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, he can shoot 238. So this game is still up for grabs. Tim Criss up by 24 pins in the 9th frame. And there's that same great shot that Brian Voss threw a couple frames ago, leaving the solid 10. Once again, the same for Tim Criss. Take a look at the 6-pin right around the bottom. I tell you, bowling can be very, very cruel. Got up there and made a professional shot. You see the reaction. Oh my gosh, I thought I had it. Take care of the 10-pin.
Well, tonight on CBS, it begins with Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, followed by Early Edition, and then it's Walker, Texas Ranger. That's all tonight, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern here on CBS. Brian Voss now up, lane 36, for his shot in the 9th, working on a strike.
He's still in this match. He must have that, had to have that strike. Knocks that lead down to 14 pins. And right now, if he were to get up and throw 2 strikes in the 10th, he would force Tim Criss to double to win this tournament. Take a look at Brian Voss. The form is there. Trust your game, Brian. Great shot from Brian Voss. And the importance of that reaction, too.
And Brian Voss bowling like a man that has been on the tour for many years with a lot of experience and a lot of tournament wins. All that true. Here's another guy, Tim Criss, that's been on the tour for a long time, but only 2 PBA titles, not bowling like that today.
There's a shot that just barely held on, Gary. That ball looked a little high. Right now, Brian is very, very pleased with that reaction. What a shot. And we'll take a look. Watches the ball, leaves his hand, goes out around 11, goes to 3. Watch it hook a little bit high in the pocket. But fortunately, all the pins are down. That strike right there forced Tim Criss to mark in the 10th frame. This strike forces Tim Criss to double.
And it wasn't long ago that the lead was 24. Now it is down to 3 for Tim Criss.
And in the 6th frame, it was 42. So it's all gone away. It's just a 3-pin lead for Tim Criss. Brian Voss looking for another one. That's it. He's going back over to talk to his friends. What a great shot at an opportune moment for Brian Voss. So necessary for him to get back into this match. Puts all the pressure squarely on Tim Criss's shoulders with this strike. That's the one he wanted desperately. Now let's go celebrate it.
And Brian Voss is looking to extend the number of years. He has won at least 1 tournament. He's got 11 consecutive years. If he makes it 12, he'll tie the great Don Johnson for 2nd place.
Now it's work like that that'll put a man into the Hall of Fame. Brian Voss is in. Tim Criss needs 2 strikes and 8 pins to win this tournament. We see Brian Voss. Watch those eyes. Scatter pins. Must have the first strike in the 10th for any chance. Look at that clutch shot, Gary.
And he answers. Tim Criss not out of this yet.
Tim Criss on lane 36. Watch the ball go over about the 17 board, out to about 6. Back solid in the pocket. One more is what he's thinking right now. Just one more strike. I think he can get that 8-pin count to win. But here's the shot. Certainly the shot of the year for Tim Criss.
He's got to have it.
And he just did not make the shot. Brian Voss will be your champion. And to be sitting on the bench and getting a break like that is very, very fortunate.
The 19th career PBA title for Brian Voss.